A long time ago, some strange portals appeared in our world. These portals brought monsters and magical creatures that regular weapons couldn't harm. Only people with special powers, called hunters, could fight them. Hunters are ranked from strongest to weakest based on their powers, but once their power awakens, it can't grow more. In a flashback, low-rank hunters struggled against powerful monsters until some S-rank hunters saved them. They defeated the monsters and saved the day. Later, more monsters attacked a city, and hunters fought back. Despite their efforts, some monsters were immune to regular attacks. In the present, a new mission arises near a construction site, calling hunters to fight monsters. Park, a retired hunter with a pregnant wife, joins for the money. Jinwoo, the main character, also arrives. Despite being considered the weakest hunter, his presence makes others happy because his weakness means the mission should be easy. Jinwoo reunites with a healer named Juhi and recounts his past struggles. They, along with others, enter the portal for the mission. Jinwoo, lacking resources, only has a small knife as a weapon. Meanwhile, the leader of the Hunter Association negotiates with the government for resources from the dungeon. During the mission, Jinwoo manages to kill a monster, but is attacked by another. His weak knife breaks, and he is gravely injured until Park saves him. While others easily defeat monsters for valuable gems, Jinwoo struggles. People go into a dungeon to find magic gems, which are powerful. There are also less powerful mana crystals. The government wants to use these gems for energy because they are safer and cheaper than other sources like nuclear or wind power. Jinwoo, a hunter, completes a mission but doesn't get many gems. He does this dangerous job because his family depends on him. The hunters find a tunnel inside the dungeon leading to another dungeon. Some want to explore it for more gems. They take a vote, and half agree to explore. Jinwoo, thinking of his family, also agrees. Hunters need to pass a test to join an association and get ranked based on their magical powers. Companies called guilds hire these hunters. Chaehin, a skilled S-ranked hunter, stops thieves. She is famous and powerful. In the dungeon, Jinwoo apologizes to Juhai for the danger. Juhai scolds him but suggests a dinner date as an apology. They find a door at the end of the tunnel and enter a room with old statues. The captain reads about the Katenon Temple, where they need to worship and praise God. If they don't believe, they may not leave alive. They find a magic circle, and Juhai claims to see a moving statue. The door closes, trapping them. A hunter tries to escape but is killed by a moving statue. Now, all statues seem alive. Jinwoo realizes it's a dangerous situation, recalling his past struggles. As the eyes of a statue turn red, Jinwoo warns others to duck. The statue burns one hunter. Everyone is scared, and Jinwoo wonders why this is happening with no apparent way out. He fears he might not survive. The captain, who got injured, thanked Jinwoo. Juhai, a healer, was too scared to help, and the captain didn't say anything. Despite being a B-rank healer, Juhai only went on small missions, while the captain, having experienced an S-rank level threat, realized the danger they faced. The captain remembered 3 rules: worship God again, and believe in God. Those who don't follow these rules won't survive. Jinwoo figured out that the giant statue represented God. Meanwhile, Songi, a friend of Jinwoo's sister, joined the Hunter Association and discussed Jinwoo being an E-rank hunter who often got hurt. As they contemplated their next move, a fellow hunter tried to escape but got burned by the statue. They realized the statue could kill them anytime but hadn't done so yet. Jinwoo remembered the temple rules, realizing they needed to bow down to the god statue to survive. Everyone followed his instructions, and the statue seemed pleased. However, when they stood up, the statue got off its throne and moved towards them. Jinwoo knew they had to fulfill the second rule, worship God. A hunter attempted to worship but used the wrong words, leading to the statue crushing and killing him. Panic ensued as people tried to escape. Some statues had weapons, while others had musical instruments. Those under the statues with instruments were safe. Jinwoo and others strategized to find safety under the right statues, realizing only one person could stand under each. It hurts him a lot. Jinwoo reaches a statue while playing an instrument. He starts playing music, and after everyone listens, God returns to his throne. Juhai sees that Jinwoo's leg is injured, tries to heal it, but hurts herself. Mr. Kim blames the captain for bringing them inside despite a vote. A platform appears, an altar where a sacrifice is needed. Mr. Kim puts a sword on the captain's neck, asking him to sacrifice. The captain goes to the altar, a fire starts. Jinwoo realizes it's not just the captain's fault. He asks to inspect the altar closely. Jinwoo questions if anyone will save them. Captain mentions portals open for 7 days. If they lose, monsters may enter the human world. Jinwoo's sister Sang is at the hospital with their comatose mother. Jinwoo asks everyone to the altar. A fire burns for each. Blue fire appears. Temple guards move towards them. Jinwoo realizes looking at the statue stops them. A scared girl runs, her fire extinguishes, and the door closes slightly. Jinwoo wonders if it's a trap. Another hunter leaves, leaving only 4. Jinwoo suspects the blue flame is a timer. Kim runs away, leaving 3. Jinwoo cries but refuses to give up. Captain tells Jinwoo and Juhai to leave, sacrificing himself. Juhai's powers exhaust, so Jinwoo asks the captain to take her. Captain knocks Juhai out, takes her, leaving only Jinwoo. Jinwoo fights the statues but is overpowered. His hand is cut off, he wishes to become strong. Suddenly, a notification appears, offering to make him a player to avoid death. The next day, Jinwoo wakes up in a hospital and wonders if his recent experiences were just a dream. He realizes he's in a hospital and is approached by inspectors from the Hunter Guild. They explain that he was unconscious for 3 days after a dangerous incident in a dungeon. Jinwoo asks about his friends, and he learns that one of them lost an arm and they may retire. Another friend is still in the hospital due to fear. The inspectors reveal that only 6 people were left in the dungeon, and Jinwoo was found lying on an altar with no one else around. Jinwoo is confused, and the inspectors mention the possibility of a double awakening. They explain that some hunters experience a significant power boost after their first awakening, and it seems to have happened to Jinwoo. The inspectors show him a magic power detector, and Jinwoo's magic power is unexpectedly low. The inspectors express doubt and leave. Jinwoo notices a window in front of him and tries to interact with it but realizes it's not touch sensitive. His sister arrives, scolds him for getting injured in dungeons, and then leaves. The screen changes, revealing that there's a system guiding Jinwoo's growth. It mentions daily quests, and Jinwoo recalls seeing a similar screen in the dungeon. A person named Jinwoo was given a task to do exercises like push-ups, squats, running, and more. The instructions were written in a circle, warning that failure to complete the daily quest would result in punishment. Jinwoo thought it was a joke and lay back on his bed. When he woke up, he was told he failed the quest and faced punishment. Suddenly, his bed started moving fast, and he found himself in a desert. He initially thought it was a dream but then noticed a big monster behind him. The quest directed him to survive for 4 hours. Jinwoo, realizing it was not a dream, ran away from the monster. With only 7 seconds left, the quest time ended, and he found himself back in a hospital. The penalty quest was completed. He recovered from the fatigue with a reward and discovered he could choose rewards like status recovery. Jinwoo learned about stat points and a random box item, similar to a game. He also found out that others couldn't see the screens and rewards. Later, Jinwoo told the hospital receptionist he needed to go out, went to the station with a key, and entered an instant dungeon. The entrance blocked, and Jinwoo realized he had to either kill the boss or use a return crystal, which he didn't have. Now, he had to face the challenge of clearing the dungeon alone, reflecting on how he recently struggled with a much weaker monster. Jin sees a wolf attacking him, but he manages to avoid its attacks. He feels lighter and, despite being shaken, decides he won't die here. Jin punches the wolf hard, sending it flying. He realizes his increased strength made a difference, but the wolf is still stronger. The wolf comes back, and Jin's attacks don't work, so he dodges. Understanding he can't defeat the wolf alone, Jin runs, but the wolf chases. Dodging an attack, Jin wishes for a magical weapon, remembering he has one in his inventory. He takes out a sword and attacks, injuring the wolf. Surprised, Jin recalls Kim paid 3 million for the sword. Jin disappears when in pain. More wolves appear. Jin, feeling unafraid with the sword, defeats them. Reaching level 2, Jin notes the difference from daily quests to fighting. He feels stronger and gains 5 points, increasing his stats. He contemplates the pet's cost and being stuck until defeating the boss or finding a teleportation stone. Wolves approach, but Jin, unafraid, decides to fight them alone, remembering how he became a hunter for his mom's treatment. Killing the wolves, he gains a title, Wolf Assassin. Switching scenes, the gate remains open, worrying people. Jin's sword is damaged, and he considers leaving the dungeon with the teleportation stone. However, he decides to explore more, fearing the dungeon may disappear after teleportation. Meanwhile, Juho apologizes to the Hunter Association and agrees to join a mission due to a dungeon break. Jin levels up and notices color changes in monsters, facing a boss, a giant snake. Jinwoo runs away, saying he thought he was strong, but he was wrong. He decides to work hard for a better life. He stands up to fight the snake again. In a flashback, Song tells Jinwoo that people call him the weakest hunter, but he should prove them wrong. He He attacks the snake, claiming it's nothing compared to his past challenges. Jinwoo increases his strength, puts his hand inside the snake, and hurts it. Despite getting hurt, he doesn't give up and crushes the snake, leveling up. He gets a powerful weapon and decides to become even stronger. Returning to the real world, Jinwoo finds the city in chaos. An officer informs him about the monster invasion, and they go to the battle scene. Jinwoo realizes a powerful monster remains undefeated. He observes the hunters fighting and notices the team's weaknesses. Jinwoo throws his broken sword, breaking the monster's defense. The team defeats the monster, and the D-rank tank wonders who threw the sword. Jinwoo, now with a visibly stronger hand, leaves the scene. He notices Juhu leaving and is surprised by her reaction. The hospital nurses are talking about Jinwoo. They say he's cool and handsome. He used to be sick, but now he exercises and is in good shape. In his room, Jinwoo is working out when a nurse comes to tell him he's getting discharged. Jinwoo agrees and leaves his number with the nurse. At home, Jinwoo's sister asks if he's been working out, and he says yes. After she leaves for school, Jinwoo plans to increase his intelligence. His landlord calls about unpaid rent, but Jinwoo assures him he'll pay soon. Jinwoo considers increasing his rank to earn more money, but worries about attracting attention. Later, Jinwoo meets a hunter named Dungsuk, who invites him on a mission for 2 million won. Jinwoo learns it's a C-rank mission, but he won't share the loot. He agrees to join and learns his role is to collect items. They enter a dungeon without a healer. Jinwoo signs a risky contract. He meets Yo Jinwoo, a rich D-rank hunter, and they enter the dungeon together. Inside, Jinwoo senses danger before others do. During a fight, Jinwoo saves the team and gains their trust. Back at the gym, they feel a fake earthquake caused by the guild master training below. In the dungeon, they find mana crystals. Dungsuk plans to take them all. The rich boy questions Jinwoo's contract, leading to a dispute over the loot. Dungsuk decides to take the crystals first, then deal with the boss. Jinwoo becomes suspicious of Dungsuk's team due to warnings about cheaters. Later, Jinwoo and the rich boy encounter the awakened boss, and Jinwoo insists on facing it alone.